Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a little bit with a small Pilates ball. Now this has a little squish to it that makes it more comfortable. If you don't have a Pilates ball, maybe you have a kickball or a kid's ball or a soccer ball, or maybe you're substituting a yoga block or a couple of books. If you're substituting a yoga block or books for some of this work, I also suggest a small firm pillow, okay? We're gonna use it in different ways. We're gonna start with the ball behind our low back. And again, this is where it would be a pillow probably instead of some books, okay? Shoulders broad, abs up and in. I'm gonna hollow. If you need hands behind your thighs for support, you can. On my inhale, I'm gonna pull those abs in and lean back a little bit. And on my exhale, I'm only gonna come up as far as I stay connected. If you have back issues, you're here. And remember guys, whenever we're moving, I can't see you. You're in control of your movement. You know what hurts, you know what you're allowed to do and not to do. Okay, I'm gonna do a movement series I love, and it's a good workout, but only do what your body says and you are allowed to do, okay? And 3, and this is your 101. 2, so if nothing else works for you from here, this is what you do. 1, now I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna pull my abs in, and when I do, it pulls me back, so I'm not throwing my shoulders back. And 6, good. 5, you should be shaking a little. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, relax for a second. So remember, if that's enough for you, that's what you're gonna repeat. Make sure your feet are pretty firm. We continue next set, shoulders broad, abs in. Inhale to lean back, lift the arms, lower the arms, lift up. Did you hear the shake in my voice? It was there. Inhale, lift, lower. Return. Lifting the arm adds more weight against the pelvis, which means your abs and spinal support structure have to work a little harder. Good. 3 more. Whew. Good. Remember, you're doing what you can do. 2, abs in, lift, lower, return. 1 more, abs in, lift. If you can, stay here. Circle. 4. Whew. 3, breathing. 2, 1, switch. 4, we should have nice little shakes. 3, knees stable. 2, 1, and up. Good, stretch it out a little bit. I'm gonna scooch forward a little bit. This is gonna go at the base of my scapula. Okay, so towards the bottom of my thoracic spine. Again, listen to your body for what you're allowed to do. My pelvis is gonna stay neutral, so what I'm not doing is this and lifting up. I'm stable, so I'm working a little bit of spinal extensor. Hands behind the head. Inhale, if you can, stretch back. Big chest opener. Exhale, return. As I return, notice my pelvis is going to stay still. Inhale to stretch back. My neck is supported. I only go as far as I'm not like moving that ball around a lot, right? 3. So I'm working to lower down and to lift up. 2. 1 more. I'm going to hold on top. If this is enough, you stay here. Otherwise, rotate, return. Rotate, return. Now notice the ball is moving with me. It's because I'm rotating my shoulders side to side using my abdominals, right? And 3, while my feet and pelvis are stable. 2. Good, elbows at a set distance. 1. Good, stretch back. Now I'm going for a big stretch, whatever feels good to you. I draw my ribs in, I lift my chest up. Good, and I'm gonna stay here. Now, if having the hands behind the head is too much, put them down on the mat or where you feel stable. I'm gonna keep my hands here. Right knee to tabletop, place it down, take a walk. Things we started with our Pilates mat 101, right? They're everywhere. Beautiful, guys. And 4. Now, if this is enough, you're just gonna keep this walk. 3, 2, I'm trying to keep my pelvis still. 1 more. Good, now on the next one, I'm gonna hold 1 knee up. Now, if this is enough, keep it. Otherwise, rotate, return. And 5, 4, 3. I have less stability. 2, so more work. 1, land, opposite, hold or rotate. 6, 5, I anchor my opposite hip. 4, 3, I try to keep my elbows equidistant. 2, I land, I stretch. Again, what feels good to you? Hands behind the head, shoulders down, tummy in. I'm going to lift my heels up. I'm going to lift my chest a little more, anchor my hips a little more, hands down. Now, if your body says it's okay, tabletop. If this is too much, don't do it. If your body can add, you have single leg extension. 6, 5. If holding tabletop's enough, you keep that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Land, hands, stretch. Beautiful. On the exhale, gently sit up. Beautiful. Before we go upright, we're going to take out that ball and we're going to lie down. Now, this is where if you're using a yoga block or a book instead of a ball, that's what you want to use. Lift your hips up. I'm going to put this directly behind my tail, so it's not by my soft bum and it's not in my low lumbar. It's behind the back of the pelvis. Hands down, neutral. So I'm not trying to pull my low back down. If this is enough, you keep this. Otherwise, we start with taking a walk. Tabletop, land. Tabletop, land. Your job is stability. Keeping the pelvis stable on the ball while you switch the legs. Good. As always, if this is enough, you keep this. Otherwise, on the next one, both knees to tabletop. More work, less stability, right? Tap, switch. Tap, switch. Notice my chin wants to lift. I don't let it. Notice like back wants to arch. I don't let it. I work for that core stability. 3. Beautiful, guys. 2 more sets. Good. Wrapping the shoulders down, pressing with the arms. Last set. Now, if that's enough, maybe you're sticking with that. Otherwise, from here, single leg extensions. Shoulders broad, abs in. And 5. 4. Good. Remember, maybe you're just walking. 3, and that's beautiful. 2. If this is enough, you keep this. 1. Otherwise, scissors. 6. 5. Good. The further away the leg is. 4. The harder the work. 3. 2. 1 more set. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to put my feet down. I'm going to wiggle my hips for a second. If you're on the book, maybe you're just rocking a little, okay? Now I'm going to reestablish, hands down, and I'm going to come to tabletop. I'm going to flex my feet. Beautiful. My abs are in. As long as my body says it's okay, I'm going to go ahead and open my legs apart and bring them back together. It's not cute, okay? This is not an exercise that you're like, take all the pictures. But this is an exercise that is working your stability against outer lateral weight, which means a lot of work through the midline of the body. 4. 3. Good. If this is enough, you're going to keep this. 2. Otherwise, what do? On the next one, we straighten the legs. Good. Straight legs. Externally rotate. Open, close. Now, I can't go very far. I've got a wall next to me. Maybe you can go a little further. However far you go, though, this stays the same. And 3. Good. So you don't open at the expense of support. 2. 1 more. Beautiful. Now I'm going to keep the work going. I'm going to stay in tabletop. I'm going to draw a tiny circle with my knees. That means my pelvis is moving on that ball a little bit. Listen to what your body can handle. Good. If that's enough, you keep it. Otherwise, what do? We turn that into a little corkscrew. It's a lot of work, guys. 3. So only do what you can do. 2. Good. 1 more. Good. Then what do? Tabletop. Switch the circle. So I'm pretending I'm drawing a circle on the ceiling with my knees, and it's little. It's little, right? Good. And if this is what you can do, you keep this. Otherwise, draw that bigger circle. Straighter legs. And 3. 2. Back of the neck stays long. Ribs stay knit. 1 more. And then I'm going to land my feet. Ooh, should feel pretty darn warm in there. I'm going to take the ball out and I'm going to sit up tall. Now, if you're just doing side stretch, because maybe you don't have a ball or something that glides along, that's fine. Otherwise, this ball is going underneath your hand. So I've got my left leg externally rotated, my right leg internally rotated. My left hand is on the ball. So the same leg that's externally rotated in front in your cheerleader or mermaid sit, that's the hand on the ball. My fingertips are going to be on the ball. I'm going to roll it away and lift up. I'm really working to try to keep stability through this opposite side. If you're very flexible, maybe the top hand comes over. Notice I'm not letting this elbow hyperextend, and I'm only going as far as I can stay active and stable. 3, beautiful. It's just a nice little sitting mermaid. 2, 1 more, and I'm going to bring it up. I'm simply going to rotate my legs to the opposite side, okay? Again, externally rotated leg is in front, and that's the same hand as the ball or glider or the stretch away from point, okay? Start with that teeter-totter. Inhale, press out, exhale, return. So I'm pressing against the ball, but not so much that my shoulder's lifting or my elbows hyperextending. 3, abs up and in. I'm pulling up through the side body. 2, keeping the hip as stable as possible. 1, then if you can, you add that extra side flexion. Good. 4, lengthen, abs up and in. 3, yeah, I have to work harder. I bet you do too. 2, we have 1 more. 1, and bring it up. Last but not least, if you don't have a ball, you're doing your traditional kneeling cat stretch, your cat-cow. Otherwise, you may lose my head, and that's okay. I'm going to kneel up tall. My fingertips are going to go on my ball. Really, fingertips. Notice I'm already hollow. Inhale, I'm going to roll the ball out. Exhale, I'm going to bring it back up, so I'm really pulling up through my midsection. And 3. Good. 2, I'm trying to keep my hips relatively over my knees. 1 more. And if this is enough for you, I love this. Otherwise, roll to the corner of the mat. Inhale, exhale, draw it up. Did you see the length I got on this side? Inhale, notice this side now shortened, so that's where I'm tightening up, right? And 4. Beautiful, guys. 3, again, if you're just doing cat-cow, that's beautiful. 2, good, working up the thigh. Good. 1 more set. 1. And to the left. Gorgeous. And I'm just going to lower down and find my child's pose. Take an inhale, exhale, bring it back up. And that is a nice, simple ball workout. A little bit of rolling, a little bit of balance. I hope you enjoyed, and we're just going to keep working together. See you in the next session.